Ben Norton literally looks like a fucking Waffen SS soldier. Like if you took this dude and you just like this exact picture of this guy as a still and then made it black and white with like an alternative version of the map of the world in the back where the borders are laid out a little different, then you would like if you showed me that, I would be like, "Oh, that's an interesting picture of a Nazi you got there." But I guess it's fitting because his politics are vaguely reminiscent of one. I don't even believe that. What am I saying? Um, White people are strange, man. So today I'm doing a lot better. Like, I mean, a lot better. And I think I can partially attribute that to the fact that I reached out to my ex and had a really amicable conversation with her, laid a lot of things out, got a lot of closure on that front. And since then, I've just been grinding like crazy on my motherfucking Anki, as well as some other language apps. I downloaded an app that is not that great, but I just wanted it so that I could have the resource because there's very few resources for Serbian out there called Ling, not to be confused with Link, which is Lig or Lingq. This is just Ling, but it's not a very good app. It might actually be worse than Duolingo in some ways. I'm not going to lie, but it at least gives you accurate vocabulary with like some good audio so you can shadow to it. And hey, you're getting vocabulary. You can always just write the words down onto paper flashcards and then, you know, make a spaced repetition system yourself by timing it, which is pretty easy to do if you have a stopwatch of any kind. But that's neither here nor there. I've been practicing my Serbian, which is going very well so far. And another great thing about using this app is I can practice my Serbian in Spanish because obviously my phone is configured to Spanish. I'm always consuming Spanish. And so the little games within the app to study the words and the conversations, the back and forths that you have to study in the app are all translated into Spanish. Whereas, you know, if I were reading the same text in English, I feel like I would just default to my English brain. But because I'm using my Spanish brain to study this other language, it's like the words have a greater impact on me. Like I'm finding it easier to actually remember the words, which is really cool. And in addition to that, I'm also finding it easier to make associations between the words or phrases because I'll see little things that are, you know, not similar but reminiscent of Spanish, either in terms of the vocabulary or just like the structure of the sentence, in terms of how it has to agree, etc. And I find it easier to learn the Serbian in that way because it's like obviously the paradigm that I have for English is going to be less close to Serbian or really any other European language than like the paradigm that I have for Spanish. And so that's going extraordinarily well so far. I've got to do more of like the proper dialogues from the book, which I found online. I found a Teach Yourself Serbian, a PDF for that online. So I'm going to be going through that more so. But I only wanted to do about 30 minutes of that this morning, and then I wanted to put the rest of the morning into just grinding heavy on Spanish, which is what I've been doing so far. I'm only taking a break from that right now to make this video, but I would say things are going exceptionally well. I wanted to I wanted to post this after my video from yesterday because in that video, I think I struck a pretty worrying tone. I think I probably worried a number of people with how I was doing at the time. And I tried to also be optimistic and remind you all of what my goals are, remind myself of that, and to remind myself that I can push through and that I should. And what was great about that video is immediately after it, I did find myself grinding for pretty much the entire rest of the day. I made a new friend that I hung out with for like 4 hours. He and I were talking, and that was great. I had a lot of fun talking to him. Um, and I studied a little bit more before I went to bed, and I went to bed and I woke up, and now today is today. So, um, all pretty good, all things considered. I didn't get enough sleep last night, but for whatever reason, I'm energetic nonetheless. And so I'm definitely gonna tap in to that inner wizard. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring out the magic and do even more exercises, even more work. And yeah, it seems like at least today I'm back to my normal self, which is really nice. Really nice to know. Um, and it helps. It helps so much to do things that you're passionate about. I cannot underscore that enough. You got to do things that you're passionate about, even if you don't feel like doing it. Even if you're not enjoying it right in that moment, you will. If you're passionate about it, you're gonna enjoy it. You just gotta let yourself, and that may take a couple tries, but you can't give up. If you don't give up, everything will be okay, as I've found it to be today. So I'm going to get back to it here. Let me see if I have anything else I want to talk about in this video. I don't think so. I think that's literally everything. I think today is going to be a good day. It's getting off to a good start. Let me think, man. Because I feel like there's got to be like one more thing I wanted to say with this video. Yeah, never give up. Stay on the grind. The grindstone. Hold your own feet to the fire. All right, let's get it.